is the main question. And I'm just going to share my brief story. As I said, I'm not going to talk up here for ages, 5-10 minutes only. But I feel that we all have a part to play in this to some degree. It is very important. And I said, you know what? If I'm coming into this room today, I really want to kind of make it not even about myself or what I have to say or putting myself out there, but really trying to address an issue. There needs to be a form of a response, and we need to kind of work out what our response is going to be. So I'm really going to talk on the topic of resilience, share with you my sort of very snapshot brief journey, and why also what Martin's trying to do, why it really resonates with me. So I grew up on the council estate in Stockwell. You know, some years back, I've now moved out of there, and it's very funny. Fortunately enough for me, I had my dad around in the house, but at the same time, my dad was wrestling with trying to talk with me, and me, you know, finding myself still going onto the street and doing what I have to do. And, you know, when you find yourself in that kind of context, so I'm just trying to let you or give you a little bit of insight what goes on in these boys' minds. You're already sort of cast down in society. So it's almost like, well, what's the point of almost trying to do good? Every day in and out, when I was coming back from school, I used to get stopped and searched. It was aggravating me, all the time. Why is it me? When I saw my other friends, who were from a different place, if you get what I mean, never used to get stopped and searched. So already in your life, you're almost kind of labeled, you're already kind of this, you council estate, you're not really going to go anywhere. And the one thing for me which really kind of was able to move me out of that situation into where I am today, and I'm still on my journey, is having that resilience. Teaching these children resilience. Teaching them, and not necessarily because us talking to them in a room like this is not necessarily going to work, but it's about the actions that they see in us. For those that have gone before them, how are we acting? What are we doing in our communities and in societies? And that's how we have to kind of respond. And I'm just letting you in just into a small little section of even my life. I had, fortunately enough for me, people that had gone before me who could talk to me, not just talk to me, but show me living examples of what it looks like. What does it look like at a time when my friends were getting locked up 10 years at a time? Seeing my friends on TV because of things that they had done, and I'm like, I was just almost one road away, or literally one phone call away from being in that. But because I had one or two examples around me, yes, I had my dad at home, but externally I had one or two examples around me, and people not even necessarily in relation. Oh, hi, Mr. Smith, or hi, Mr. Simpson, just on my way back from school. Ask me, how's school? Make sure you stay in school. I don't want to see you around. You see all these trainers and all this kind of stuff here? It's not going to mean nothing. And I never really used to get it. But it's about re-engineering some of these young boys' minds. Amen. Because I thought, wait, hold on, hang on. I'm growing up. Dad, I want the latest trainers. I'll do that and I'll kill to get the latest trainers. Never used to get it. And my dad was like, you know what, no, I'm not buying you that, trust me, I'm going to invest in your education. I said, what does that mean? No, I'm not interested in that. I'm going to invest in your education. I didn't get it, and trust me, when I see any of these young boys and I see them, you want to flex, you want to wear all that sort of stuff, I've been there. Let me tell you, if you want to go down that road, that's great for you. Because now, when I was 15, and now I'm 15, 16 years older than that now, and I still go back to Stockwell, because maybe I'll go cut my hair there, or I still go back to my parents' property, etc. Because I was the guy who wasn't necessarily wearing all that stuff, or I did maybe because of the means I was able to. But the same guys who invested in their shoes and their trainers and all of that stuff are still in Stockwell at their parents' home. And I used to idolize these guys. I mean, they're 3, 4, 5 years older than me. And they're still in the same space, going in and out of prison, or one got shot, or this got shot, or this did the other day. And as I said, only to some degree, by the grace of God, but because of one or two conversations that I was having around me, and resilience has put me in a position where I'm at today. Now, I'm still on my journey, but where I come from, for example, getting married and staying faithful to your one wife. We wasn't taught that when growing up. Have as many girls as you want and just go for it free for. Where I come from, they don't teach young boys how do you purchase your own home. When my wife and I bought our first home a couple of years ago, it was our 20s, I had no idea how to go about it. It was only until certain people had these conversations with me, and I thought, oh, that clicks, why not? I think the main message which I really want to really draw in is that everybody has a responsibility to play. Trust me, you can be 90 or almost 10, it doesn't matter. These guys need a voice in their lives, and not people just to necessarily talk with them. They need people to show them living examples. Everybody has got a story behind it, the story of resilience. How do you push through? How do you carry on? Money's not everything. Show them qualities of being polite, kind, well-dressed, well-mannered. What happened to those things? You look at that, we turn on the TV, oh man, another one.